Hey everyone, I just wanted to demo something quickly, flicking between Nacaai and Giskard, two live models at the moment on our platform, just to show how they can usefully work together. Um, so I'm first going to set up a topic in my channel with Nacaai. Every user gets a channel with each of the models as they join, set up by us, and in here you can define topics and theories that you might be willing to work on and combine on the platform. So first I'm going to invent a new platform here with Nacaai, natural capital, theorizing, new text work. How about that? And in here I'm going to ask, so saying Nacaai is my habit, it doesn't have to be yours. What are two critical a couple of standards here from Nacaai? Remembering Nacaai running on Perplexity is particularly good at live web search and context building of this kind and sort of thought pieces to help put us in the frame. This is what I was expecting and what I sort of know about. There's a thing called the IFRS S2, climate-related GHG emissions, and there's also biodiversity and human capital projects metrics. It's the IFRS S2 that I'm most interested in here. And so what I'm going to do is now pivot to Giskard just by clicking open my Giskard channel, and just in the general chat, delete this, that's on a bond. I'm going to have a chat with Giskard. What will I go for? Occidental Petroleum. And let's have a look what we see there. See, Occidental Petroleum, major successful um, fossil company owned in part by Berkshire Hathaway and touting a very aggressive net zero strategy, including carbon sequestration and capture, midstream business development to transition its entire refinery-based infrastructure. Let's see what it comes up with. First, we'll be working on the DCF using the latest financials from our tool calls, which are up to yesterday. So the DCF comes back with the last couple of years of revenue. In fact, it's gone back 5 years, quite significant base to work out. If you use something like the NYU Stern method, that's a fairly significant on-ramp. You'd often work with 2 or 1 year trailing here. Conservative terminal growth rate and valuation. Now, what I'm really interested in is what is going on here. GRI, Global Reporting Initiative, Disclosure Impact. What comes into the valuation looking at that? And this is what I wanted to see. The GRI requires assessment of carbon and transition risks like stranded asset risk, like the investment required for transition, and like regulatory compliance. These are factors that at Stern come into valuations, but I think not quite enough. And what I want to do is look at how they bring impacts to valuations. The IFRS 2 is a newly updated standard from the ISSB, the International Sustainability Standards Board, based out of London and Frankfurt, who we work with. And it's showing a net impact, which I think is quite interesting, but also, as you can see, highly variable. Leadership plus costs and risk minus. This is exactly what I was trying to get at when I did a traditional Stern valuation of Oxy in 2023. And I could not get a clear per share impact out of these factors. But Giskard is able to analyze all the public information and latest financials and render at least a starting theory thanks to the processing capability of the AI. And this is what you can do too. See you next time.